"2025 is about to change gaming as we know it. After diving deep into trailers, interviews, and early previews, I've discovered 10 upcoming games that seriously blew my mind. From groundbreaking mechanics to stunning worlds, these aren't just games, they're glimpses into gaming's future. Let me show you what's got me so excited. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Let me start with Crimson Desert, a game that's been living rent-free in my mind since I first saw it. Picture this. You're a mercenary in this breathtaking medieval fantasy world where every combat encounter feels like a dance of steel and strategy. What really struck me was how the developers have crafted this massive open world where every location tells its own story. During one of the preview sessions, I found myself completely lost in ancient ruins, piecing together the history of a fallen civilization just from the environmental details. The combat system is something else entirely. There's this wonderful weight to every swing of your weapon, and each boss fight I've seen feels like a unique puzzle that needs solving. What impresses me most is how the game balances its action elements with meaningful storytelling, creating an experience that feels both exciting and emotionally engaging. Avowed drops us into the rich universe of Pillars of Eternity, but this time, we're seeing everything through our own eyes. As someone who spent hundreds of hours in fantasy RPGs, there's something special about experiencing this world in first person. The magic system particularly caught my attention. Watching spells materialize from your own hands while combining different elements creates this visceral feeling of power. During one demonstration, I watched as a player combined frost magic with environmental hazards to create these incredible tactical advantages. The attention to detail in the world design is remarkable. Even the smallest villages feel alive with their own stories and secrets. What really sets Avowed apart is how it manages to make familiar fantasy elements feel fresh and exciting through its unique perspective and innovative gameplay mechanics.
So now that you have all this power, what are you gonna do with it?
Now, on air is something completely different, and that's exactly why it fascinates me. In a gaming landscape filled with action and adventure, here's a game that puts you behind the microphone of your own radio station. What I find so compelling is how your broadcasts actually influence the world around you. During one preview, I watched as the music choices and commentary of a player gradually transformed their neighborhood from a quiet suburb into this vibrant cultural hub. The way the game blends management mechanics with creative expression really pushes the boundaries of what we expect from modern gaming. It's refreshing to see a title that focuses on the power of communication and community building, rather than traditional gaming elements, creating an experience that feels both unique and meaningful in today's connected world. Assassin's Creed Shadows brings us back to the series' roots, but with a fresh perspective that has me genuinely excited. The emphasis on stealth really shows in every aspect of the design. The world feels more vertical than ever, with intricate rooftop paths and shadow-filled alleyways that make every assassination mission feel like a puzzle waiting to be solved. There's this new shadow mechanics system that lets you manipulate environmental lighting to your advantage. During one demonstration, I watched as a player systematically darkened an entire castle courtyard by taking out light sources one by one. The way the game integrates historical accuracy with these new stealth mechanics creates an experience that feels both authentic and innovative, breathing new life into the beloved franchise. Lost Soul Aside has been in development for what feels like forever, but everything I've seen suggests it's been worth the wait. The combat system is this beautiful fusion of sword fighting and magical abilities that flows like water. What really catches my eye is how the protagonist's dragon companion integrates into both combat and exploration. In one preview segment, I saw the dragon transform from a weapon into a gliding platform mid-combat, creating these seamless transitions between fighting and traversal that left me speechless. The world design draws heavy inspiration from both Eastern and Western fantasy, creating this unique aesthetic that's hard to compare to anything else. The attention to detail in both the combat animations and environmental storytelling shows the passion behind this project. The return of Fable has me particularly intrigued, especially with its fresh take on the series' signature humor and morality system. Instead of simple good or evil choices, the game presents these wonderfully nuanced scenarios that really make you think. During one preview, I watched as a seemingly simple decision to help a merchant had rippling effects throughout an entire town's economy. The way the world reacts to your choices feels more organic than ever. Even the plants and animals respond to your moral alignment in subtle ways. What really stands out is how the game maintains its lighthearted charm while tackling more complex themes. The attention to detail in both the environmental reactions and character interactions creates a world that feels alive and responsive to every choice you make.
Like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. She was something else, all right. She was...
Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, takes everything we loved about the original and elevates it to new heights. The jungle environment has been transformed into this living, breathing ecosystem where every plant and animal can be used to your advantage. The attention to detail is staggering. Mud affects your movement and camouflage, rain impacts visibility and sound propagation, and even your character's stamina is affected by the types of food you find and consume. During a recent preview, I watched in awe as a player used the environment to create this incredible chain of events that culminated in taking out an entire patrol without firing a single shot. The way the game honors its roots while implementing modern gaming innovations creates an experience that feels both nostalgic and fresh. Judas has captured my attention with its unique narrative approach. The game tackles complex themes of loyalty and betrayal in ways that feel fresh and thought-provoking. What fascinates me is how the game builds trust with different characters, only to force you into situations where that trust might need to be broken for the greater good. The art direction combines retro-futuristic elements with psychological horror in a way that makes every environment feel both beautiful and unsettling. During one preview section, I witnessed a conversation system that adapted not just to what you say, but how you behave during dialogue, creating these incredibly tense social encounters that feel uniquely personal and consequential.
People say I have this coming.
Death Stranding, 2 on the Beach, continues Kojima's unique vision in ways I never expected. The game builds on the connection themes of the original, but adds this fascinating layer of time manipulation. The environments seem to shift and change based on player actions across different timelines. What really caught my attention was a demonstration where a structure built by a player in one timeline created unforeseen consequences in another, leading to these incredible moments of realization about how our actions echo across time. The new Strand system allows for even more complex interactions between players, creating this invisible web of cooperation that spans both space and time in ways that push the boundaries of narrative gaming.
Distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and coworkers all went their separate ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. So after
Finally, Mafia, the Old Country, brings us back to where it all began, but with a fresh perspective that has me genuinely excited. Set in an earlier era of organized crime, the game captures the raw, gritty nature of the criminal underworld's formative years. What fascinates me is how the game handles territory control and family dynamics. Every decision about territory or loyalty feels weighty and consequential. During a preview, I watched as a simple protection racket scenario spiraled into this complex web of alliances and betrayals, all emerging naturally from the game's systems. The attention to historical detail is remarkable, from the architecture to the social dynamics of the era that shaped modern organized crime.
I do.